Okay, so hi, welcome to the channel, the Geek of Shiv, and how are you, Ivan?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. I'm good. I enjoyed our chat before the
Yes,
record.
yeah.
I'm good. Yeah, yeah. I'm at ease.
It's just to get me not as nervous because like when
Yeah,
I don't do this quite often, you see. So obviously, speaking to everyone before they come onto the show is obviously just a bit. It's
yeah,
just for me to get to know you and
yeah.
go through everything anyway. But I just want to say welcome to the channel and
Thank you.
hello to the audience as well, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Everyone.
So you do cosplay,
Yeah.
you do a lot. So introduce yourself, tell me what you do
Yeah.
on X or Instagram and go.
Yeah. Okay. My name is Ivan or Ivan, whatever you find more easily to pronounce. On the social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram, and I believe Blue Sky, but I don't use that very often now. I'm Ivan B. Parker at Parker Luck, uh, Parker's, I believe Parker underscore Luck 394. And I'm from Italy, like a friend of the channel, Joe Butts Giorgio. And I write for websites, I do live streams, all in Italy. So it is, I'm afraid, quite useless for non Italian speaking audience. But the stuff that I post on my profiles is uh, always in English, and I cosplay. I like to write, to draw. I keep myself,
Quite
moving
a lot, isn't it? It's quite a
all
lot.
the
You
time.
just the way you were saying it, it was quite a lot. Like, yeah,
Yeah, all the time.
all the time. So you are a big fan of Marvel and DC, and I've
Big time.
seen you cosplay Spider-Man, Wolverine,
Yeah,
a bunch of characters. The
yeah,
cosplaying, obviously, you do quite a lot of. I would say I've seen that on your socials as well. Do you
yeah,
want to talk a bit about how you do that and how you get
yeah,
into that kind of acting mode? Because obviously I know some people
yeah, yeah,
out there that want to do cosplay, and if you want to give them some advice, you can do. Obviously,
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is based, I believe, in curiosity, because these characters, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Wolverine, Daredevil, and,
oh
and
yeah, I forgot about the Daredevil. Sorry about that.
oh yeah, no, don't worry, don't
I
worry.
knew
And
you.
then
It's just obviously the Spider-Man one was just so great. I just
yeah,
loved
that's the main
it.
attraction. Sort of,
Yeah,
even though my room is basically a bat cave, Spider-Man
yeah.
is
Looks
my
like
guy.
Michael Keaton's Batcave out of the Flash.
Yeah, that was the idea. So I'm really
Yeah,
glad to hear that.
good with that one.
Uh, and um, and um, and also the Doctor Who characters.
Oh,
When I was a teenager, mostly I did the 10th, 11th, and 12th Doctor, because I love the show. This
so
character,
just ask, sorry. So, who is your favorite Doctor Who? Who is your favorite Doctor
there
Who?
is a constant fight in my mind between Tennant and Capaldi, but I also love Matt Smith. I recently rewatched the what was it, the Night of the Doctor, the last one, the Regeneration story, with Matt Smith, and I kind of
Oh,
got choked up. So I love, and also love Sylvester McCoy in the classic era, and Shruti Gatra recently, and Jodie Whittaker was wonderful. Christopher X. I'm naming all of them, but it is
there's
because
no favorite. There's no favorite, is there? There's
they
no
are the
favorite.
Doctor. So, but
Yeah,
my main guys are Capaldi and Tennant, and I can never decide.
I love Tennant. It's just because I grew up with him as I
Yeah,
was younger in high school. So him to me is like I love him and Billy as well. But
my
Ruth,
goodness. Oh,
I'm hoping she's coming back. No
yeah,
spoiler alert, but
yeah.
who knows? Who knows? She might come back. But
Who
I hope
knows?
she does this time anyway.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of cosplay with
Yeah.
yourself. How did you get into that? Sorry, how did you find
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
courage
So it is, like I said, about curiosity, because this character has such a rich life and mythology. Like Alan Moore, the writer of, for those who are watching, Watchmen and V for Vendetta, and some of the most wonderful Superman stories, like For the Man Who Has Everything, and uh, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, and way more. It is
yeah.
brilliant. He once said that Superman's mythos is as rich and complex and detailed as the ones of the gods we used to worship, sorry, as human beings. So you get really into these characters. I did very early on. It started out with the prototype superhero, which I still love immensely, Zorro, and then Batman, Superman, and so on. And when you get really passionate about them and you get to know them really well, like there are issues about Spider-Man that
Oh,
explain.
do you read the comics? Do you read the comics?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. Here it is. Here it is.
Wow. Like a comic book shop. I did not expect that.
They are all around the room.
That
They
is
are.
that is just my little. Well, I have more down here, but like I have like. Sorry, I know this is your interview, but I have like the Batman.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah. No, I spotted them right when you got on the call. It is my area of sort of expertise.
yeah,
So
I
I
think
was,
everyone has like a little area.
yeah. I locked eye with the Robert Pattinson Funko Pop.
Oh, that stays there.
Yeah.
It literally broke, but then I had to glue it back together. I was like, I'm not buying another one.
Well, it is there. So so.
Let's stay there.
So once you get to really know these characters, like I was saying, there is like one issue in which they explain why Spider-Man uses his sense of humor to cope with anxiety and stuff, wrote by Paul Jenkins and illustrated by Mark Buckingham, wonderful British duo on the Spider-Man title. My favorite run on the character. So there are plenty of ways to know these characters, and you, even as a kid, what you get curious about how can I simulate being in their headspace, and the first thing is playing as them, but just playing around wasn't enough for me, so I asked my parents if they could get me costumes, and they are the most wonderful people on earth. So
like dressing up for Halloween, then one. It was like a Halloween day every day then for you.
Yeah. We have something similar. The Carnivale, which is like carnival. I don't know how you translate it, but we don't have. Halloween came here through the movies. We didn't have that
right,
originally.
So you don't have Halloween. Then.
Not really. We do now because,
right, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, quite a lot of movies talking about them, but not back then. But we have so I used to go on preschool with my little Spider-Man costume under the clothes and stuff, and growing up, I came to the realization that there are three ways to simulate, this headspace. One, which is the easier and and lots of fun. I do that all the time. Is video games. If you are fortunate enough to care about characters like Spider-Man and Batman, you have lots of video games, so you get to crack the case as the Batman and stuff.
Yeah, you get to like know more. You get to dive deeper somewhere else than just the comics and other places. You get to explore like obviously. I think that's what James Gunn's doing as well with his as well.
ECU. Yeah, and or you can write stories, which I do most of the time for my own amusement. But it is a very dedicated part. Not many people like to write stories, and it is perfectly fine. Authors wouldn't be that special if anyone was one. A third option, though, is cosplay. And when you get into that zone. You know, when you are head to toe covered in a Spider-Man costume, or wearing the Batman cowl and belt or the Superman cape and boots, and your body language changes. You get this experience, which is very interesting, and I'm always chasing storytelling and ways to use creativity. So I make a playlist for those characters. James Gunn recently made those playlists for the characters in the Superman movie.
Yeah.
I used to do that before. Like two of the songs in that playlist are in my Clark Kent playlist, but you know, it did it first with the Guardians of the Galaxy, so you got that, James Gunn. You got that win over me, but you know, I do it because I find it interesting, and it really comes with the process, getting into that zone. Like when you wear the cape and boots of Superman and the underwear on the outside, or my case, I'm more traditional on the costume. It changes. It changes your body language. Your chest come up, and you get a bit more chill.
Do you feel like it's like an escape? Do you feel like you escape reality? Do you feel like, because I don't know, because you were talking about anxiety.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you escape from? I'm guessing you do, because obviously you.
Yeah.
Being another character, obviously being someone else's.
Yeah.
Probably just it's an escapement from what's going on out there. I mean.
Oh, that is a big part, because you know, we're living. I feel like everyone has been saying this for way too much time, but we're living in crazy times. And there is a surely that, but also it like sparks my creativity. I get ideas. Sorry, for you know, pictures and how to use the lighting, and you know, it keeps this always raising mind that I have occupied. It gives me ideas for stories, like when I made the pattern for my first Superman costume. I was thinking about, okay, usually it is the blankets he came with on Earth. How can I make it so it is good looking, but also homemade, and it has textures, and it has you know, a logo that is particular and stuff. So it is fun. It is most of all fun. Yeah.
So obviously the Superman film. How many times did you go and see it? I seen it twice.
3 times.
Everyone I know has seen it 3 times. I don't understand me. I don't understand why I didn't go see it. You went to go see it.
I'll have to say though, it was because of a reason. First time I had quote unquote to see it as a press screening.
Oh,
so that was the first time. The second time I went in with my dad. It is a tradition that we go see superhero movies always together ever since I was 2 years old, and saw the first Spider-Man in theater and got madly terrorized by Willem Dafoe. But it is tradition. He is the one who introduced me to superheroes and comic books and stuff. Yeah, we watch movies together all the time. So that's the second time. The third time, it was sort of get together with the people who follow me and my friends on the live streams of Comics Universe on Twitch. So we got together. So it wasn't just me going to see it 3 times. I didn't beat you fairly. That's what I wanted to say.
Well,
it wasn't fair.
So I'm hoping I can see. Everyone I know has seen it 3 times. So what was your favorite part of Superman? Like, what was your favorite Superman part? What was your favorite?
Yeah.
Like, we all of it, but like,
what
was the specific scene that called out to you?
the personality of Superman. I love to see him very down to earth, very complex, somewhat neurotic, and the very fact that the movie is based on the conflict with Moravia involved, which is one of the earliest Superman stories by Siegel and Schuster in the Golden Age comics, brought a sort of Golden Age quality to the character's personality. So he is when Lois talks about him torturing that piece of trash that is the bad guy from Moravia. That was really out of those first issues, like Superman taking a guy in the desert and slamming him to a cactus. That really spoke to me, because my favorite Superman run was done by a terrific author, Grant Morrison.
He was absolutely
and it was the Action Comics run by Morrison was very golden age, in the idea that the very early Superman was, to quote Mark Waid, another terrific writer, a bully to the right people. It was the bully of the bullies. So to see this guy who's a very kind, cute person, his Superman is so.
He's gorgeous. David Causeway is gorgeous.
He's a Disney prince, real life Disney prince, but who's also, we made up this story about a person who has absolute power, but is absolved of corruption. It is, absolute power corrupts absolutely. It isn't the case with Superman. He found his place into the world by being Superman, by setting rules for himself. And this iteration really had that. I really loved him most of all. But I
love the fact that it wasn't as serious. I just love the fact that it was just a Superman film, and we saw stuff like we've never seen before on the movie screen as well. Like we've never seen him, like his like his mum and dad. It was a different situation to what we've originally seen. Obviously,
fighting a kaiju and that stuff. Never saw it on a big screen.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen much flying from Superman before.
Not so much.
We've seen him take off with Henry. I love Henry Cavill, but I've seen Henry Cavill, but it's. I don't know, because I think it's because that was my first Superman film ever.
Chris Reeve had more of that. Chris Reeve had lots of flying shots.
I watched that on TV when I was very young.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Yeah, I know. I used to watch it now. When I was little, I was like on TV, and I was like, "What? What am I watching here?" Watching the greatest man ever. I went to go and see his documentary. As well, and it brought me to tears and everything.
Oh, it is so touching, and I legit jumped out of my seat the moment they showed that he moved a finger and his legs, and it was like, I don't know if I can swear in here or if it's better not. Okay, I was like, hell. Hell! He was pretty close. He was pretty close, and damn it, he was pretty close to getting back, and it hit me.
I feel like it's all in the mind. I feel like it's all in the mind. I feel like he pushed himself a little bit too much when he should have just been focusing on his mind on moving things, because I know I would have loved for him to still be here and go and see David Closer, because I see a lot of David. I see a lot of Chris Roweek in David in this film, and when I was watching the documentary, I was like, oh my god, this is just to stay with this.
David is crazy, because I've studied a lot of Christopher Reeve for my own enjoyment and for the work that I do for the website. And there are so much parallels, like they are the same height, went both to Juilliard. They both are pilots. They fly planes for real. They both play pianos. They have the same approach to the role, which is very earnest and very straightforward, but also incredibly human. They are so close to each other and look like Superman, which isn't very common. So David is insane. I can't wait to see him again. I've seen that they're doing. James Gunn is working on a super family related project. Probably Superman and Supergirl. I believe maybe a Superboy.
Yes, we have Supergirl. We got the Peacemaker, and then we've got Supergirl on our way.
And Lanterns.
Yeah, Green Lanterns, and we have the Batman on the way as well, which I am so excited. I cannot wait to start talking about that. I love this Batman, and I'm guessing you do like the Batman because I can see from
I don't know how, but I am sure you'll make an even better movie. But I legit can't imagine how you can make a better movie than the Batman. I'm sure he'll do it just because he's so talented and there are no restrictions with COVID and the production of the Batman was crazy.
It was kind of difficult because like when they were filming the Batman in England, it was kind of like delayed and put back on, delayed and put back on, and delayed and put back. It was kind of like crazy.
It is a miracle how good it came out with such a complex production.
I'm glad it came out, and I know the struggles that it did to get. I can't imagine because I do still watch behind the scenes, and it's like, oh, this is just like so crazy, like knowing that this film was shut down so many times, allegedly shut down so many times because of the restrictions and the safety and everything.
Even Pattinson had COVID at one point, and I remember when they asked him, "Are you still working out?" And he was like, "No, I'm not a crazy person. I'm male. I'm going to rest."
It's crazy because I know. So you are a big fan of Batman, aren't you? You're a big fan, massive fan.
Yeah.
So what? So
how did you guess?
On top of my head, I just know these things. Sorry. Yeah. So what kind of what Batman? I'm guessing you Michael Keaton. You stole Michael Keaton's.
Yeah. Yeah, I've grown up watching the Tim Burton movies so many times I can recite like Art, the first movie in Italian though, so I can't do the trick right now, sadly. But they were so massively important to me because I'm still not I'm not big in getting scared. I don't like horror movies. I don't like the experience of getting scared in general. You too?
No, I used to watch horror films back in the day. I literally was like people would because I know I done my interview with Tilaria Plays, and I used to watch a lot of horror movies. In England, we don't have. We're like you. We don't have like what it is like in America, like loads of comic book shop. I have one comic book shop.
Yeah.
We don't have like we do have Comic Cons, but it's in London. It's not where I'm from. It's just not as big as London and America. So it's kind of. I didn't really grow up with anything DC. There was no DC growing up. You know, I think the only one I watched was with my mom was Batman Forever, and she took me 10 times. It was crazy. I literally cannot believe I went to go see George Clooney that 10 times, and I was like, I don't remember seeing it. I don't remember seeing it, but I know Michael Keaton was on video, which was kind of scary. I think I know what you're on about. It was actually kind of scary, actually.
Yeah, it was a very dark and mysterious situation in which those movies take place, which was very close to the earliest, like I'm talking year one, like 90, 39 Batman, like the identity of the Batman in the first appearance was a plot twist at the end. It wasn't, this is Bruce Wayne, he's Batman. No. They presented you Bruce Wayne talking with Commissioner Gordon, and later on, they revealed that he was the Batman. And that kind of approach Burton really took at heart. So those movies were this interesting situation for me in which I could watch something that was kind of scary for a very, very young child, but I loved it because he was there punching bad guys in the face and
now
driving.
I look at it and think how I watched that when I was a kid. I don't even think I could watch Michael Keaton again back then. It was he was actually my first Batman. But did you watch him in The Flash? The Flash?
Yeah, I did. I was one of the 3 people on Earth who was happy with him, at least. Not a really popular movie, but I was happy for him.
I was like, God, this is like, because I'm 30, and it was kind of like, oh my God.
He's old. He's old, but
now.
He can do it still, at least for me.
If he can do it, then I'm sure I can come sit here and watch you for like a few minutes. But like,
yeah. And so he was my first Batman. I also watched the Adam West movie. I have the DVD, and it was Life or Death. Even though it is a comedy, at the end of the day, for a young kid, that's life or death. Even though it is so over the top. And the animated series, which is my favorite animated series of all time, favorite Batman, anything of all time, for me, the 90s show. But my favorite movie about Batman that is not animated, because there's the Batman Mask of the Phantasm movie that's legit a masterpiece. That's the best one for me. But the live action one is Batman Begins, because I get really curious about stuff. I get very fixated about stuff in my life, and I want to know everything I can. And Batman Begins is the movie for me. Is the movie that tells you, okay, why did he do that? What's his code? Why did he choose to dress up as a bat? How did Gordon come out to, be his friend?
I think they get something similar to that in the Matt Reeves Batman, because he becomes he's a detective. Obviously, it's a detective story. So I would like to even know how Batman became Batman. I would like to know how he came up
trained.
How he how would Bruce Wayne going through all this trauma with, we know the original story where his parents died in the alleyway after a cinemas. We've seen it played so many times. With Matt Reeves, we did not get that. But I would just love, sorry, I know this is about you, but obviously I like talking, sorry.
No. I'm right there with you. I get the unwillingness of showing the birds coming down on the ground and stuff.
So how was this?
But I'm curious.
The symbol of a bat become?
If I may, the movie is very much almost a continuation of the Year One comic book by Frank Miller Mazzucchelli. So for me, it is that thing in my head canon. It is that first year of, he tried to stop crime as a person, but a person doesn't scare anyone really that is so tough they commit crime.
Sorry, it's the suit for me. How it'd be the suit for me. How would you even think about covering your face so people don't like you're some rich kid? It's kind of interesting, because it's like with Matt Reeves, we kind of got a snip of it of what Year One would have been like. I think Year One would have been him evolving into Batman, and obviously Year Two is just the detective side, and obviously the next story is going to be Batman.
I believe he was just, this is just my headcanon, but I really believe, like in Year One, he was beaten and bruised, and Bruce was bruised. And sorry, pretty stupid pun, but I had to do it. Pretty stupid pun, but I had to. So
it's okay.
he he was in a state in which why he asked himself, how do I do it? How can one man get rid of crime in a giant city like that? Thing that Christopher Nolan did it before in The Dark Knight, in the very early scene with the criminals not wanting to meet because the bat signal was in the sky. But I think it was done even more effectively in the Batman, with the criminals looking at the shadows and running away because you don't know, it may be there, even though he is one person. It's a big city, like you said.
Yeah.
And so a bat came out the window. Some people think he was hallucinating. I believe that if you can believe in a man who dressed up as a bat beats the living hell out of every criminal, I can believe that a bat came out in his apartment. So I believe that it came to him and he realized that's scary. That's scary. A bat is scary if a giant bat comes at you. And also, the Batman has this quality of, differently from the Nolan Batman and the Burton Batman, which were very set on depicting him as a sort of magician. It was like a magic trick, he can appear and disappear, and it was like a ghost for the criminals. In the Batman, he is very much a person.
Yeah.
So the Batman bravely asks, what's scary? What's more scary? A demon or a crazy guy walking around in body armor with a mask that has pointy ears and tells you after he beats you, I'm vengeance? What's scarier? He could be everywhere, and if you shoot him, he just gets more angry. So,
not get rid of him, is there? But movie. Obviously the Batman Matt Reeves' Batman is going to be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So we all know that the Spider-Man is filming right now, which is up your I think everything's up your alley anyway.
Yeah.
So,
my Spider-Man movie, my movie Spider-Man is Andrew, so I've got this guy in here.
Yes. Mine's Tobey Maguire. I'm sorry about the goal.
Oh no, I'm working on that one too. It's in the future. Yeah.
So are you? I'm guessing you are excited for the new Spider-Man. I've seen some of them. I've seen No Way Home. No, yeah, I have. Yeah, I've seen them all. Yeah, I've seen them all. So what's it about Spider-Man? You like Spider-Man, don't you? You love. I've seen you in a lot of Spider-Man.
He is my favorite character in all fiction. He is so interconnected with me, both personality-wise and issues which we share. Trouble with anxiety, trouble with the sense of responsibility that we feel. The idea of feeling you have a responsibility on others and messing it all up because you're not taking care of yourself while doing that. A very smart person recently told me you can't take care of your responsibility towards others if you don't take care of the responsibility towards yourself first. And Peter really has a hard time understanding that, and me too. But in general, like, my first movie experience was Spider-Man. I'm super dyslexic, very much dyslexic in every way, like 3 types of dyslexia. And I started. My parents didn't know it at the time. They tested me later, but when I was in elementary school, I was already in love with Spider-Man for the cartoons and the movies. And my dad was a comic book reader as a kid, got me the collections of the stories from the 1960s, and I kind of learned to read more easily with Spider-Man, and he's such an interesting character for me because he's very much the point of the character to me is time management. he is one person. We all know how hard it is to manage our time as one person.
Yeah.
Imagine having to live two lives. Imagine having to stop a conversation with someone you care for because you're hearing, sirens, and you have to look like a jackass and say, "Oh, I forgot about a doctor's appointment," or something like that, and you have to go away and be Spider-Man. So he is this very normal person that you wouldn't really notice, but he's buying groceries in the same place you are and checking for the lowest price for cookies. But he's also this cool badass superhero who's very competent and funny and sarcastic. So it is the whole thing. Like my ideal Spider-Man is a Spider-Man like in the Sam Raimi movies with Tobey, who doesn't have people around him who are useful to his superhero life. I love Emma Stone's Gwen to death, and those movies. I'm not extremely fond of the.
Sorry, that's the one with Andrew Garfield with
Andrew. Yeah, I love the. I've grown out of being extremely fond of the MCU movies, but I still care for that version of the character, and I think they are exceptional choices. I think Tom Holland is pitch perfect for Spider-Man, and so on paper, sadly, mostly because we didn't get to see him for their own mission as a full-fledged Spider-Man. It seemed like we are going to see him in the new movie. But my ideal thing it is that he's a person like every one of us who has friends, and those friends have ambitions. MJ wants to be an actress, and Harry has troubles with his dad, and Flash, is a bully, but he's also tormented for his own reasons and such. And he has to manage all of this. He has to live this dramatic but also really cool life as a superhero on one hand, but not so cool on the other. Because imagine living with someone and you have to be a superhero in secret. You have to hide the costume. You have to wash the costume. You have to remember.
Well, the ironing and washing will get done anyway, so you don't have to worry about.
Yeah. So it is such a rich and complex idea that, if done well, is the most effective superhero thing for me. So I love him to death. I could talk about him all day. I have lots of notes about my version of Spider-Man on the phone. He is my guy. My guy. Reading his stuff when I was younger was like reading about, depending on the period, a mutual teenager or bigger brother, or all of this stuff. Is so well rounded as a character, so intriguing as a superhero. So that's why.
So yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty moving to hear that as well.
Thank you.
Obviously, comics as well. You like a lot of comics, and just said that you learn a lot from reading comics. How I'm guessing that helped you a lot with your confidence and life as well? Because I'm guessing, I know a lot of people do that as well. They read comics because they don't know how to read, and obviously they learn a lot from doing that. I'm guessing a lot of people do that as well. So how was your take on reading your first comic to now? How did it I'm guessing it helped you in a way. I'm guessing
immensely.
So how did it come about?
Because the superhero idea is at his basis a very positive, optimistic idea that you can bring in all kinds of directions. But like Superman was created in this very harsh environment of the Great Depression, and one of the true creators of Superman, his dad was killed in a robbery before they rounded up the concept and made him bulletproof, so they are created um, to talk about us as people, to talk about every story talks about people. Every story worth listening talks
Every
about
story has a story. Every story
yeah,
has.
it is about the human experience first and foremost, and superheroes are these stories that are about human experience, but are also inspiring and give you, like Batman helped me out a lot as this character who uses all of the sadness he may experience to become the great. My idea on Batman is that, and I know it's not everyone's, but that being Batman was the best outcome for him. He got to be useful to society, to be to save lots of people's lives more than he would do by just throwing money away, because pretty corrupt city. Throwing money wouldn't help. His mom and dad tried that already. So this idea of it is alright to feel sad. It is alright to feel alien like Superman, to feel like you don't belong. It is alright to.
I feel like every superhero feels like that, because I feel every time I
Yeah,
open a comic book, they don't talk about their family enough. Like
yeah,
we just get to see them halfway through
yeah,
fighting. Sometimes
yeah,
I don't know. Like, obviously, it'd be nice to see a comic book to go back to see the human side as well, instead of the
yeah,
hero
yeah.
side.
There,
It'd be
there
good.
are plenty. I would say, but not as much as one would love. Especially, like, sadly, in Spider-Man comics, for I don't know how many years, it's been this thing of great event after great event after, and nothing's an event. I don't see this guy struggling to pay bills anymore. So it
Yeah, it'd be
doesn't
good to
really.
see that in a comic as well. It'd be good to
Yeah,
see stuff like that in the comic, because obviously that will. I don't know if they do that actually, but every time I open a comic, I don't even really see anything. I don't see reality. We only see reality in the films,
from
not
the
the comics.
yeah.
And it'd be good to see that in both as well, because it's like a mixture of
Mhm.
both as well. So do you go to like comic cons? Do you have comic cons
Yeah,
out there?
yeah. Sometimes we have those in Italy. We have one that's called Romix, the Rome Comic Con, and I've been there more than in any other. But there's also Lucca Comics, which is one of the biggest, I believe, comic book conventions, because it is a whole city converted into a comic book convention. It
Wow.
is really crazy to be in, so I haven't really visited often, because you can go crazy in there. It
Yeah, I'm
is
guessing you
quite a
can.
lot.
I'm guessing it's like London then, because I know London, they have the biggest comic cons. I'm guessing it's just like that. So do you try go there as often as you can, or
Uh, not anymore, because I talk about this stuff so often, but I like to, uh, in order to get pictures. I like to get good pictures. I do what I can with my cell phone in this room, as my
yeah.
Instagram can show. But I do that, and to meet people, of course. But just as a cosplayer, I do that, and I have to take that back, because the most important part at all in all of it is to represent these characters to the most important part of the fandom, which are children. The children are the future creatives. They should, I do my best to embody those characters, for them to be friendly, to be right on the personality, to do right on the personality of those characters. So they're the most important aspect of all. And to take pictures. I like to take good
Yeah.
pictures of
Pictures
the
are the best.
suits. Yeah.
So you do quite a lot of stuff, and it's quite nice to have a conversation with you about all this as well, because like sometimes we don't always know about the other person that does all this as well, because I know you have a huge following as well, which is nice. So what would you say to someone, I know we've talked about pretty much nearly everything anyway, what would you say to someone that's just starting out cosplaying, reading comics, doing all this amazing stuff that you're doing, and they want to break out of that, and they have like low self-esteem, anxiety, and anything, any advice would you give to the audience out there? What would you say?
It may sound, quite simplistic, but I'm going to expand on this. Having fun is the most important part of all. And I mean that, in the way that you have to remind yourself that you're doing this for fun. You're not doing it to read more stuff than other people and to be more knowledgeable than other people, or to have a better costume than other people. That's the saddest way, in my opinion, to live in this environment. Take the comics that you find more interesting. Follow the character. Even just by looking, we all started by looking at a cover and said, "That's a cool cover. I wanna read that one."
Mine was the movies. I came to the movies, then the comics. I've only just started slowly, so I do not. I'm so sorry about the comics.
If you want advice, that's what I do on a daily basis. So
give us advice for everyone, including me as well, because I start cosplaying as well. So it's
It is. You'll fall in love with it as you go, probably, because you realize how much fun it can be to embody a character, to read about a character. It may seem, I suffer from social anxiety, so I understand that the anxiety of doing cosplay and very much, but it really anxiety is the part before. That's what I've learned through therapy and life. Anxiety, it really is the part before you do something. It is the time in between in which all the worst scenarios are in your mind, or what if this happens or that happens, so someone says something unkind to me. Once you're there, in cosplay, especially if you're doing a character that is close to you, I did once a character that wasn't close to me at all, just to see if I could do it, which was the Joker. Loved the character. I have nothing to do with that guy, not just on the homicidal stuff, but on the personality stuff. So that wasn't a fun experience. But if you're going for a character, you feel close to yourself, and you feel like and you feel like it would be fun to even just own a costume and take some pictures, and maybe that gives you the courage to go to a convention. That's the end goal there will help you immensely. Just do the walk until you're there. If you want to have fun doing that, if it is so daunting, there are other hobbies. You may have fun. You may have more fun watching movies and stuff. Of course, it doesn't have to be a bad experience. But if you want to do it, it has to be about having fun. That's my advice.
I mean, to me, it would be like obviously having fun, but also obviously doing your research, which I'm doing with mine. Obviously, it's I know some people don't have that access to find that, so like I know doing stuff like this on YouTube. Other people as well. And same with yourself. Like I know, like you do a lot of picture taking as well, obviously on your Instagram, which anyone can find you on. So that would be advice is obviously to have fun with it and to enjoy and do it with your friends as well.
Yeah. You're dressing up as a character you like at the end of the day, you know.
Do it with your friends. I'm guessing, do you get feedback from your friends? Do you?
Yeah. I get both feedback, and they are the most, encouraging and nicest people. And I also get help. Like there is this my favorite costume maker in the world. His name is Lorenzo, or LDS3D on the various social media. He works for the Amazing Spider Lab, and they make pitch perfect replicas of the movie costumes. And he's a friend of mine. He helped me so much. Like this mask is all him. The pattern was made.
Like you can see them, like you can get them on like Amazon and stuff. But I didn't know that was homemade. That is.
No, it really is. The original pattern was made by one of the most important members of the cosplay communities, the late Cregan McLean. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this correctly. He modified the pattern a bit because he makes, for my money, the best Amazing Spider-Man 2 costume. This Lorenzo guy in all the world. It really is pitch perfect to the movie stuff, and even visited the RNS studios in which they made a costume. So he looked at it and said, "Yeah, that's what we do." It was pretty okay with that one. So
as well, it's
so he helped me out, modified that pattern, made the facial, the lenses, and all of this, and he's like so precious, such a good friend, and such a lovely person. So having friends in the field is something you develop along the way.
You meet in this community, in the DC community and the Marvel community as well. You do make a lot of good friends. I've made a ton of friends as well doing this as well, and you always learn from each other as well. You always learn from others as well. When I do this, I'm always learning from you, from Jojo, from Jonathan, from Luke, from Tidali who plays, everyone that I'm literally learning all the time, and it never stops. But I enjoy it anyway.
Yeah. I would say because I don't know about them, but growing up, I didn't have many friends, and especially not that cared about superheroes. I'm fortunate enough to be, even though I have my issues with how sometimes movies are made, this world of everyone knows who Hank Pym the Ant-Man is would feel incredibly surreal to kid me, who struggled to talk about Batman, who's everybody's guy these days. So I would say, at least for me, it is taking out all the passion that was there from the beginning, and having social media as these outlets to express this stuff. And of course, on Twitter, there are some of the most knowledgeable people on these characters ever. Like there's a person named Nevermind, which is admittedly a very cool nickname, who talks about Spider-Man all the times and knows everything, or does with which I struggle always to write the name, because it is a D and a 4 for a DA. It's really complex.
Kind of like weird the weird username what they use on X these days.
Yeah, or Prof of Evil Duke, who's such a lovely guy, and they are incredibly knowledgeable when it comes to Superman and superheroes in general. So it is such a pleasure, even though Twitter can be hell on earth. Let's be honest here. It can be
I
hell
think
on
I know
earth.
where you're going. Yeah, I think I know because it's like with it's like with the Superman as well. It got a lot of backlash from another community, but we won't get into
Yeah, but
it's
it can also be.
we are. But
Yeah.
I love the fact that we're getting DC back. We're getting a great community. I'm interviewing great people and meeting everyone, including
Yeah,
you.
I can't wait to be in a world in which the Mad Hatter from Batman is public knowledge. You know,
I love
I'm
the
really
fact that we're getting new characters as well because I feel like they need to shine as much as it's like with the engineer, Mr. Terrific.
yeah.
He's
My
amazing.
goodness, was I happy with Mr. Terrific? He
He was
was so
brilliant. He was fantastic. He was
the
I
MVP.
literally have his phone call here.
That's so cool! Oh my goodness,
I have his
so cool. Yeah. I was wishing the best for the character.
Your interview, but I like to
The engineer.
Both of them. It's crazy. I just love.
Those characters have all the potential in the world, and I was so happy to see them treated well as much as they did. Like Mr. Terrific, I was already talking about the guy early on to my friends and families and saying he is this Renaissance man. You know, he can do everything. He's a scientist. He's an athlete. Yeah, that's cool. Then they saw him in the movie, and now everyone wants a TV show about him. So, feels pretty validating. Feels pretty validating.
We're nearly due up. It's nearly been an hour, but I just want to say thank you for coming onto this.
Thank you.
My channel, anyway, and talking about everything that you love and everything that you do, the struggles that you go through every single day, and we get to know you behind the mask as well. Is there any questions that you want to ask me? Because I've asked you a bunch of questions. Anything you want to ask me? Anything?
Yeah.
Or anything like that. Creeped out. But
like
ask me, you can do.
Yeah. What's let's see. I have a bunch.
You can ask me 5 questions. It doesn't. I've asked you a load of questions. It's now.
Don't worry. I'm. First off, what's your favorite superhero, and why?
Wonder Woman. She's my favorite. It's because the reason she is my favorite superhero is because we don't see a lot of female characters. We don't see, because us women now, we're going through a kind of like a struggle right now with everything that's going on. I don't. I obviously I don't know, we've never been taken seriously, but like I feel like there's we had the first one, Wonder Woman, with Gal Gadot, which I love so much, which you could probably see.
The first movie was so good.
She has her own tribe up there as well, which I love. But I love I love the engineer. I love Lois Lane. I feel like I'm closer to Lois Lane right now because I'm doing this interview.
I
feel like I'm a Lois right now, but
I joked. There was a moment, not to take out from your answer, just to make this silly joke. When Superman was, a couple of days away from getting into theaters, I joked about how I was. I told my friends, call me Lois Lane because I am writing about Superman every minute of the day.
I feel like I'm a Lois Lane because she's like, I love purple. She wears purple. We kind of like similar, but to me,
such a great character. Yeah.
Like my favorite character is Wonder Woman, just because I feel like I am her all the time. I feel it's a bit of it Superwoman, but because she's like a warrior herself, I go through battles myself, and I end up, I end up fighting them off. But it's just like she has struggles as well. Like she goes through a lot, like not knowing this world as well. And it's like with this world as well, with the DC community as well, it's like I don't really know where I fit in with all this. It's like it's
you're from Paradise Island. You're from Themyscira.
No men on there, thank God. Well, there's men on this channel, but there's no men on that island anyway. But I do believe that we need more female characters, and I hope James does it. I just hope he.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you read the Absolute Wonder Woman comics that have been coming out recently? You would love them if you didn't.
Wonder Woman comics, but I've not got round to it. I will read that.
Trust me.
Well.
Trust me. Absolute Wonder Woman is the probably my favorite among the titles, and I liked or loved every one of those titles. But Absolute Wonder Woman is incredible. It shows her as this. She is, in my opinion, her best self when she's depicted as the most emotionally intelligent superhero of all time. She is so wise and kind, but also very firm. But never in a. She's not like she's not like just there to cut people up. She's there to bring peace and to help out and to.
That's what I'm like. Just bring peace. Just.
Yeah. That title, trust me, pick up just one issue and you'll want to pick up all the others. Trust me.
Well,
I'm diving into
Lois right now because I kind of want to cosplay Lois Lane as when she gets her. Well, we don't know how she gets her powers from Superman. I'm diving into that because obviously I know, like you said, like look into the character as well, which I am doing as well. Is there anything else you want to ask me before we wrap up this interview?
Why do you like doing interviews?
Why do I like doing interviews? I don't like doing it. I love doing them. I love there's no like with me. It's I love doing it, and the reason I love doing it is because I get to meet other people around the world. Like you're from Italy, I met Jonathan from LA. I'm meeting other people from LA, and obviously half of Italy I've literally interviewed anyway. So which I'm well known for, but it's I just love doing this, and I don't know. I will get back to this answer. It's just right now, I just love doing it and meeting people and talking to them about their background, about their struggles, about what they do. It's, doing this, I have it because it's only just new. It's not, I've not got to that point. I hope I get to that point. I will get back to you on it, but I love doing this because for me, I don't get paid to do this at all. It's like I do this as a passion thing. It's because I just obviously I like talking to people, and I just like knowing everyone's story behind what they do, because like everyone is very talented on X as well, and I feel like it was like with Jojo with his artwork, and I felt like his story needs to be told. Like, what was the idea of his?
He's one of the most insane.
What is him behind his work?
Yeah, he's one of the most insane people I've ever met. In the fact that he can do everything. He's
like a.
How they say jack of all trades, master of none, busted better, and master of one. He's master of everything. He's a fantastic musician, a fantastic painter. He's insane. That dude. He works with 3D art and sculpting, and one of the most talented.
He never rests. That's the idea that I get from him. He never rests. I
don't think he's able to sleep. Honestly, I don't think he probably chose not to sleep, and it was it.
That's the idea that I get, that you do not sleep whatsoever. Yeah. It's like I've got some of his. I know this is not a night about him, but like it's
It's the one with Crypto, right? It's the one.
I have all his.
I love the one where Superman breaks from the chain. That's my favorite one. Of all the ones, I love that one.
it was so incredible to actually meet him and actually know his background as well, because it's like he's from Italy as well, and I'm guessing when you watch if you were to watch my latest interview that is with Jojo, but obviously I call him Jojo. It's it was just an incredible. He's just an incredible person in general. He's and I feel like
and he's so kind and it's fantastic.
Is what I love doing. Is what I'm going to. But I will get back to you on that. Why I like doing interviews. Part two on it, but
I'm glad that sparked an interesting thought from you. That question. So
where is it that they can find you on Instagram? Sorry, we're gonna wrap this.
In both on Instagram and Twitter. I refuse to call it X. You may.
No, I call it X sometimes just because I think some people.
No. It is a public service from you because you're doing the interview. But who from person to person said, have you seen that stuff on X? Nobody, and nobody does that.
It's a weird saying in X and
no matter how much that parody of Lex Luthor tries, it won't be called X by me. It'll still be Twitter.
Where is it that they can find you?
They can find me as Ivan B. Parker. Not my just Ivan is my name, not my real name. The B. Parker. It is inspired by Peter P. Parker from the Spider-Man.
I was thinking, is that Parker?
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Man. He is my favorite.
Ringing in my head. It was like
my favorite transposition of the character, the adaptation of the character all the time. It is so me. So that and at Parker _luck 394, I believe. So there. If you wanna find me,
I will link everything in below. Down below. But if you guys want to find me on social media, I'm on X, Twitter, whatever you guys call it, on Instagram, TikTok. I am literally on all platforms and YouTube as well. The Geek Shiv. Just want to say a big thank you to you and to you, Ivan, as well for giving us a beautiful story and a beautiful interview as well. So I just want to say goodbye to everyone. Good morning, good night, wherever you are in the world. And see you in my next one, and go and check out the other interview. So I want to say thank you so much.
I'll check it out myself. Bye.
Bye.